Hello, hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Oh, here we are. You got me straight out of the shower, guys. I am preparing for the trip to Phoenix. We have to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anywho, hello, hello. Welcome to SoulPet, everyone. I will say hello to everybody in a minute. I see all the comments already pouring in. Um, a couple things I want to share with you guys, but we'll get started with that in just a second. For anybody who's catching this for the very first time, my name is Elaine. I'm the Animal Reiki Lady, and I'm an Animal Reiki Master and Animal Chaplain. I started SoulPet after my beautiful Lucy crossed to the other side, and this channel is dedicated to all of us who have been through the grief of loss after our animal companions have crossed to the other side, specifically our soulmates, our beautiful soul pets who have crossed to the other side. And this channel, going forward, we're going to even do a little bit more. We're going to dive deeper into the woo. I have always said that this channel is dedicated to helping people work through, manage the grief, how to deal with it, how to recover, how to move forward. And on top of that, we add a nice healthy dose of metaphysics, of some hairy fairy woo woo stuff. But I got to own it, guys. Every time we talk about this, more and more questions come up, and people send me messages afterward about that, more about the metaphysical questions. So I know that the people who are meant to find these videos will find them. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. If you are catching this on the replay, know that we have a beautiful community of people here. You'll see all the comments scrolling down the side. We have a wonderful community of people who support each other and will support you. So if you are jumping on, right now I'm seeing all of our channel members, so I'll say hello to you guys all in a second. But if you haven't joined yet and you'd like to, just click the join button and you'll be part of the community that also meets pretty regularly on Zooms. We'll talk about that in a second too, because I am feeling so much better today, you guys. Wait till I tell you what I did to help revive my energy that I would recommend for you guys too. All right. So let's go ahead and just jump right in, because I want to stay on, I want to kind of keep this moving tonight, just because I have this trip tomorrow to Phoenix. So I'm going to Arizona. Me, the soul who Donna knows this, I'm solar powered. I love the sun, and being in the gray Midwest, really, it can get pretty gloomy here, day after day after day of gray. There's this gray thing going on in Wisconsin, but feeling so much better today, and I'll tell you what I did. But first, let me say hello to everybody. Let's see who all is here. Scrolling back to the top. Sherry, how you doing? Pat, it's great to see you. Kali, awesome to see you. You know, Potato, I opened Potato's picture and I saved it to my phone. I saved it. I just kind of lowered it, put it onto the little toolbar below, because Potato is the one who has been coming to me most recently, that like feeling a really strong pull for one of my mini readings. And Potato is doing something, because every single time I open my computer, Potato's picture just pops up automatically, takes up the whole screen. So Potato is ready to share a message with you, Kali. So we'll get to that this week. Hang on a second here. I want to make sure we've got crazy wind here in Wisconsin. Lost all the power earlier too. So that's the other reason I want to make sure, while I got you guys, that we can do as long of a video as possible. So Potato, once I get to Arizona and get settled and get myself a good dose of vitamin D from the sunshine, I will send you Potatoes. I will record a message from Potato. In the meantime, what I did this afternoon was amazing, and I will highly recommend it to you guys. I so rarely take advantage of this myself. I booked my own Reiki session, and it was a Reiki reflexology session. And for 90 minutes, it was, I didn't even want to get up. I just could have lay there and gone to sleep and been so content. It was so relaxing. If you guys have never had an actual Reiki session, I highly recommend it. The person I went to did Reiki and reflexology. So I got scalp massage, hand massage, foot massage, a whole lot of different reflexology points on the body, and then a Reiki session to help rebalance everything for me, because I really was feeling out of sorts. Amazing. If you guys ever get a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. And it's just it's a game changer in terms of your own energy. You can probably even hear it in my voice. And I thank all of my channel members for yesterday. I had indicated that I would do a Zoom gathering for members, for channel members. And I just couldn't. I was feeling gloomy. There's no other word for it. I could not gather up the gumption, Sherry, using that word, gather. I could not get the gumption. I could not get the energy, or the drive, the inspiration to do the live stream. And so I canceled it. And you guys were so understanding, and I appreciate your comments and your support. I really do. I can't tell you how much it meant to me to read all those beautiful messages from you folks. So going forward, we got this. We got this. And summer's around the corner. All right, let's take a look. Let me finish saying hello. Hello to Sherry. Hello to Pat. It's great to see you. Pat, you had a question for me. I can't remember what it was. Remind me, you had asked me a question. I think, I don't know if it was in an email or in another comment, but remind me what it was so I don't forget it. And Kali, it is great to see you too. Sharon, hello. Kathy, all right, there you go. Kathy R. And we will talk about that. I saw your question, Sherry, tonight because of yesterday and the fact that I chose to take the afternoon and have a 90-minute Reiki and reflexology session. I didn't go into a deep meditation. I thought that in the Reiki session, I might have a great insight. Instead, I just let my body go with it. I just let it go with the flow. And it was so relaxing. But that's why tonight is open. Like, it's all about you guys. Open heart gathering, I think is what I called it, for any topic that you want to talk about. And we can talk about what that means when we move. I will share some of the experiences that I had at the pet funeral home, where there were times that mistakes were made, either by the veterinarian or by staff, where ashes were missed or a paw print was missed. And then what do people do? And then when they move, they have buried their beautiful pets' remains in their backyard, and then they move. I recently did a reading for someone who was moving and wanted to make sure that all of her deceased animals would be able to know where she was and know that she was moving, because that doesn't mean a lot to our animal companions. So we'll talk about that. So I said hello to Sharon and answer for someone. Oh yeah, we'll talk about that too. What do you do? And I saw somebody else's comment about that you have to be blunt. And sometimes you do. You have to say, yeah, when I'm ready. Thank you for thinking of me. I always do say that because I think that people have the best of intentions. I appreciate that you think that you're thinking of me. I know that you have my best interest at heart, but I'm not ready. And when I'm ready, you'll know, because then there'll be a new animal companion with me. And hello to Donna. And do our past pets have like a spokesman for the group? You're funny. That's a good question. We'll come back to that question. Caroline, it's great to see you. Z, hola. And there's Kathy H. And who else have I got? Donna, is anyone? Oh, am I having audio problems again? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, fresh out of a Reiki massage, and then the shower. Yeah, this is a au naturel here. Nobody else is having problems? Okay, good, because I don't know what else to do. I think that I pinpointed part of the problem before, and that was the fact that I now have an external camera. Something happened to the camera within my computer, and when I put the external camera on the computer, and when the computer starts to put the fan on or whatever it is, I think that's what was causing the noise last week. Put on my Facebook and told people to kindly stop telling me to get another companion. I scrolled too far. People that couldn't accept my feelings, I made it so they couldn't see future posts. Oh, that's so interesting, Holly, that people are that insistent about it. It was a while ago. It's been a while. Gosh, it was probably one of the very first videos that I did. One of the very first live streams was about, what do you say? What do you do? Why do people say such ridiculous things? Like, just get another dog, or it was only a cat, or don't you think it's time to move on? There's a lot of insensitive things that get said. And part of the reason I try to hold it with compassion. I try always to put it in a place of compassion and to put myself in their shoes, that no one has taught them, no one has shown them how to actually respond to grief. And grief makes people uncomfortable. it makes people really uncomfortable. They don't know what to do with it. They just wish you would feel better. They don't know how to address the feelings. They don't know how to address the feelings that come up with them after the feelings that come up for you, and so it creates an environment where they end up saying something that is not meant to be hurtful, but is hurtful. And we can always talk more about that too. Um, not on Facebook, Sharon. I'm not on Facebook as much as I used to be. I used to be a Facebook. I was like one of the champions of Facebook. I always did live streams on Facebook. I did everything. I got my whole family started on Facebook because I loved the whole community sense of it. But somewhere along the line, it took a turn, and it doesn't align with my energy anymore. So I'm rarely on Facebook, occasionally. But where am I now? So Pat, where I am now. Don't you love all this beautiful? I am at my son's house because I'm going to be traveling with my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter, a 2-year-old, she's not quite two, but a 2-year-old on an airplane for 4 hours. It's a 4-hour flight to Phoenix. It's too much for one person to handle. So I came here so that when we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to catch the Uber that will take us to the airport, my daughter-in-law has some help managing the beautiful May. So I'm in their spare bedroom where there's still a whole bunch of boxes that haven't been packed. Our suitcases are in here. So that's where I am. I'm still in Wisconsin right now. Soon to be, I can't wait, soon to be in Arizona. And I will share with you guys when I get to Sedona. I'm going to Scottsdale tomorrow. And then the Sedona is in the first week of May. And that is going to be amazing. All right, Kali, Elaine, you aren't just solar powered, you're soul powered. Oh, that's cute. I like that. I like that. Good twist. Good twist on that. Jody, how you doing? Who else did I miss? Have I missed anybody? I'm just scrolling down real quick and I will. Cheryl, Ms. None Your Business. I just love saying that. Ms. None Your Business. And I'm going to go back and read the comments. Hippie Crystal Tribe. It's good to see you. El Halo. Okay, we're going to go back and look at all of those comments. I promise you. And I don't think I've missed any. Just walked in the door 20 minutes ago from Sedona. I know, Donna. I wish that we could have been there at the same time. My goal now, Pat, that was the other question you asked me about, was the minivan. How goes the minivan? It's kind of been on hold since the last trip. There's been a heck of a lot going on. And the trip that I took to Colorado, I took Gypsy with me, and we took one night in the minivan. And for me, it was beautiful. And I shared a couple behind the scenes things with you guys. For me, it was awesome. I had my cot, I had my memory foam mattress. I had it was set up so pretty. And I lay down and it was awesome. Gypsy was stressed. She had to lay on top of me. She's 45 pounds. She had to lay if she could have done a body meld, I think she would have. She was not, it was not comfortable for her. So we are going to continue to take a couple of one-night trips to see if she can get used to it. As I put everything together, I did not even get a chance to put a whole lot of stuff together, but I do still, the whole point of that was that when I have my van ready for road trips, I want to go wherever you guys are. You can't take a van across the ocean, but any place in the US, and if I can get myself to Canada, I will. As long as it's hot there. I just would love to meet as many people as possible in person. All right, who's new that I need to say hello to? El Halo. Who is El Halo? I don't recognize the name. Can't even wash the clothes I was wearing when I held her in her last moments. I didn't want to wash my bedspread because it smells like her. I totally get that. I totally get that. I love to, even now, it has been not quite. It's been 4.5 years since Lucy and Winston crossed. I love to hold Lucy's collar to my nose. I mean, I can smell it. I can smell her. And I love that smell. And so I totally get it. And I think every single one of us here, everybody who's commenting, they will all chime in that they have done the same thing. We've either not thrown away dog beds, we've hung onto blankets, we've slept with blankets, we've slept with toys. We've all know exactly what you're feeling. And My heart does go out to you, but do what you need to do. You do whatever it takes to help you work through this. And we have much more to talk about as I look at all these questions. So let me see who Hippie Crystal is. Hippie Crystal, the Hippie Crystal tribe. My boy Punch had a nose tumor hepatitis last July. Not hepatitis. Didn't mean to type that. Okay, so interesting. I don't see Jen on tonight. Jen, who's going to be wonderfully. This is the other thing. When we start to have a community like this, Jen's going to be watching Gypsy for part of the time that I'm in Sedona. El Halo, yep, you're in good company, 100% in good company. And I'm just checking for one more comment that I think that I lost. The smell is fading. You're losing her all over. It's hard. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever you need to do, we are here every single Monday, and we're here to hold the space for you. Our hearts are with you. We wrap you in the most amazing virtual hug. If you can imagine 20 people wrapping their arms around you, that's what you've got right now. And you do whatever you need to do. We talk about all kinds of topics. We talk openly about them, and it's emotional. We keep tissues right by us the whole time because it can be emotional. But more than anything, we support you, and we would love to help you heal on your terms. So we accept you completely for whatever it is that you need to do. I'm going to go back to Hippie. Oh, I said, Jen isn't. I don't see Jen on yet because her doggy had the same thing, the nose tumor. And Mike, how you doing? Love Sedona. Not much of a desert person. I can take it at, like the actual desert part. I enjoy spending time in it, but my home is always going to be the mountains. There's just no getting around that. I love to go to the beach. I love to go to the beach. I love to stick my feet in the water, in the ocean, and know that as soon as my energy hits the ocean, that it spreads out around the world because the oceans are all connected, and to know that every single ocean creature knows that I have placed my feet in the ocean, and I just love the sound, the soothingness. But I can only take it in small doses because of the sand. The desert, I like it. I enjoy it. I love the whole atmosphere of it. There's something that is very appealing to me about it. But again, it's the mountains that always call me home. Okay, tissues are next to me. Yep, Cheryl. So for all of us, it took a while to dream about Gary. Yeah, and the smell. So I'm trying to decide which questions I want to address first, but I will take a quick run at that one. When the smell or the signs start to get slower or start to not be as frequent or as strong, so the physical smell may definitely be dwindling, but I like to visualize that her scent. Was it her? I don't remember if it was him or her, but that their scent is flowing into the field that's all around us. It's becoming everywhere. So every time we breathe in, whether or not we smell the smell, whether or not that aroma is present, we are breathing in their beautiful energy. And then it's going to come to you when you need it the most. As we begin to heal, our animal companions know that we need less and less validation because we're beginning to heal. And it's not that they're not present. It's just that we don't need that. We're not so desperate for that sign anymore. And so it becomes natural to know that their energy is always with us. And then when you ask, or when you least expect it, you'll get their scent, and it'll be like amazing. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I can smell you. I smell you. I smell you. It's so wonderful. It's so beautiful. So don't worry that it's not because they're not there. It's not because your animal companion is no longer present by your side. It's just become very natural for them, and you can ask them at any time to send you that sign. All right, let's go back to the very top. Oh, I saw another message. Lisa, the other Lisa Cox, lost a dog 3 weeks ago. Can't get rid of anything yet. Wasn't there, and he passed away. You guys have brought up some topics for future videos that I really need to address again. It's been a while since we talked about what happens when you're away and your animal companion passes. One of my beautiful clients contacted me because she fell asleep. She was with her doggy the whole evening. She was there present with him the whole evening and couldn't stay awake, and she fell asleep, and when she woke up he had passed, and she was bereft. And so what we came to together, we talked this through. We just talked this all through. Why would you? Because her doggy knew that she needed that. Her doggy knew she needed to be asleep, and that it would have been harder for her to be awake during the time of his passing. And so he gifted her that. And that's the way that's really for both of our hearts, that's what we knew to be true. Okay, let's go back to the tippity top and start from the beginning with your questions, because if this is all about you tonight, I want to answer your questions, and we'll talk about as many topics as we possibly can. But topics for the future will include maybe what do you do when people don't respect your feelings about your animal companions crossing, and what do you do if you weren't present for them when they crossed? That has also happened to me. One of my very first dog out of college passed away, and I was not present, and I held guilt about that for years. For years, I did not allow myself to get another dog before I was able to work through that guilt, which is part of why I do this channel too. I want to be able to help people work through not just the grief, but all the other BS that goes along with it. We torment ourselves with guilt and guilt, grief. What's the other one I say? Guilt, grief, and it's 3 G's. Can't remember it. But anyway, we torment ourselves with that stuff, and we don't need to. We're able to, there are ways that we can work through letting it go. So let's go back to the very top. Sherry says, the dry erase marker short. Oh yeah, that was a fun video. I am a dry erase marker fiend. When we lived in the RV, I wrote on every glass window that you could imagine. I just wrote everywhere. I was there on my own for a while. I just wrote all my affirmations. I wrote little prayers. I wrote little blessings. I wrote affirmations. I wrote, you name it, and I wrote it in dry erase marker because it just literally erases off. So if it no longer meant anything, erase it off. Or people are coming over, erase them all off. But I love to write in my bathroom mirror. And so Sherry, that's awesome that when you did that, sure enough, they show you the sign. They come right through for you. And possible topic, comments on other pages about not having the ashes. All right, let's talk about that. Not having the ashes, or moving and having to leave the ashes or their buried remains behind, and the guilt that they carry. The easiest way to explain that, I think somebody mentioned it over in the comments. The easiest way to explain that is that their energy is not with those remains. Their energy is with you. It's always with you. It won't ever be anyplace else. Even for the person who reached out to me and said, I'm moving out of my home into another home, same town, same place, but and not leaving behind anything, but saying, I'm actually moving. Will my animal companions on the other side know that I am no longer in a physical space? And the answer is yes, because they don't inhabit that physical space either. Even their remains, they do not inhabit that physical space. They inhabit your energetic space. Wherever you are, they are. And it's that simple. Wherever you are, they are. You hold them in your heart, not just your heart. People think that's a metaphor, like, oh, you hold them in your heart. You hold them in your heart. Your heart is bigger than your brain. Your heart is the most important energy center of your entire body. I talk about the 3 H's. I call it the H factor. And if you go to the Heart Math Institute, we've talked about this many times. The Heart Math Institute talks about the importance of balancing your head and your heart. And that when those two are in balance, then anything is possible. And in the Hindu system, we have 12 or 7, it can be 12 chakras, but it starts with your crown chakra, then your third eye, then your throat chakra, then your heart, then your solar plexus. There's a reason I'm going through these. Your solar plexus, and then your sacral, and then your root chakras. In the beautiful in the beautiful Japanese system of Reiki, which is what I practice, we only talk about 3: head, heart, hara. So the head comprises throat and third eye and crown. The hara, Hara, comprises your solar plexus and your sacral and root chakras, but your heart gets all of its own. Your heart is literally the most powerful of all of your energy centers. And that's why it hurts so much when we love so much, because it literally is that's where we hold everything, all of our emotion, everything is right there. So when we know that we hold them in our heart, we literally hold them in our heart, and where we go, they go. It doesn't Sometimes it doesn't make things easier to know that, because we want a physical reminder of our animal companions. I have often suggested to people who are leaving behind physical remains to go scoop up a little bit of the soil, because the earth has embraced your animal companions remains. The earth has embraced them, and you can take a little bit of soil and know that their energy still remains in that. In the Hawaiian tradition of huna, huna is a spiritual practice of the Polynesian tradition, not just Hawaiian. In the practice of huna, there is a very strong belief that every living thing leaves a little trace of itself behind, a little trace of itself in the remains. So if you've got a little bit of fur, or if you do have a paw print, or even there are any remains that are buried in a yard, that kind of thing, that a little bit of them remains there, and that's okay. If that's what you believe, then that is still okay, because that was a space for them. It was a place for them. And maybe a little bit of their energy does remain behind, but always their soul goes with you. We call this soul pet for a reason, because you are soulmates. They're soul to soul. Before you were born, long after you've left your physical body, the two of you will be together. Always, always together. You will see them again on the other side. And it's not even, we've said this a million times too, but it's not even the other side. There's no wall separating you. There's no other side that you got to climb over. It's all right here. It's just out of our sight. I prefer the term non-physical. So instead of being physical, they are in the non-physical. I think that might have answered the question, except that I missed one thing, and that is what we would do if we were at the pet funeral home, and we get a call from a veterinarian, and the veterinarian or the veterinary staff says, "We made a big mistake. We forgot to tell you that you needed to do Fluffy's paw print or nose print, that their owner had requested that, and Fluffy's remains have already been cared for, so there's no way that we could make a paw print or a nose print." In those cases, oh man, Kali, I would love to share what you do. If there is, I know I keep fuffing with my hair. I shouldn't do that. Kali, you let me know whether or not I can share what a beautiful artist you are. Because what we have suggested and what we did there was often a portrait for them. So we had a portrait artist, and we would have a picture of their doggy and have the portrait done for their dog or cat or other animal companion. And if that wasn't, we would also make donations. So on their behalf, we would make, so this would be in honor of Fluffy. We have made a donation to the local, to the shelter of their choice, or to the rescue of their choice. If it was a golden retriever rescue or a cat rescue or whatever it happened to be, we would do that on their behalf. And the energy was there. They don't necessarily have a piece of physical reminder, but the energy was there. I want to scroll down real quick to see if absolutely you can share. Okay. Yay. So Kali is an amazing artist. And one of the things that she sent to me, and you can let me know if I can post this too, because I'll post a picture in the community and under the posts, can take a picture of your beautiful animal companion, the eyes, the nose, the face. Like I couldn't stop looking. I couldn't stop looking and comparing and seeing, oh my gosh, you do such amazingly beautiful work. And what a memory to have, a drawing of someone of like mind, someone who thinks like we do, someone who understands, someone who knows, and who has been through the grief, who can take a beautiful picture of your animal companion and create this beautiful drawing. So feel free to reach out to Kali, you guys. And who is, and then there, and then there was me. There we go. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Scrolling down, Sharon. We kind of already covered this about people that are guilting you, and I think that those are the best. That's the if anybody has other suggestions, please go ahead and post it in there, just to tell them and be blunt, that um, that it's not helpful. What they're suggesting is not helpful, and that when you're ready, they'll know it because you'll have your other animal companion. But I always, again, thank them for thinking of me. Thank you for thinking of me. Thank you for wanting to help me heal my grief. But right now I'm on a different journey, and that's not part of that's not what I'm ready for right now. Keep on going. Do our past pets have like a spokesman for the group? Well, there are, just like people, animals have. I'm going to try to answer this on a couple different levels. Just like people, animals have personalities. Some are extroverted, some are introverted, some spent their life here in anxiety. And oh, that's another topic, man. I can't wait to talk about it. I've got some good stuff on anxiety now. I've been working with with anxious dogs through Reiki, and I think I've hit on something. They're all different, and when they cross to the other side, they do step into their higher selves. So as I described with Lucy, the moment that Lucy transitioned out of her physical body, she immediately became this beautiful wolf, is the picture, the visual that she gave me in a dream, this amazing wolf. And she became gregarious, and she often inspires me with the things that I have to say. But for all of our animal companions, there's a handful that come through from time to time that I always get a sense are with me. And Pat Logan is one of them. There's a couple of them that really stand out, and I feel like I could talk to them at any time. And there's some of my clients that are like that too. I've had a couple of animals that have crossed the other side, but do they that I still feel connected to, strongly connected to? Do they have a spokesperson? Not necessarily. I generally, when I do a reading or when I'm looking for insight, or sometimes it's about topics that I want to talk about on this live stream, I will say whoever has a message that I'm meant to share, I'm open to receive from whoever, and I usually wait to get a sense of who's coming through, um, and then I just let them come through. The other part of this, though, is that all of our animal companions, when they go into the non-physical, they become even more an extension of the divine creator, whatever that is for you, whatever that higher power looks like for you, whether it's a Christian God, or whether it is the universe or the divine, whatever that is for you. When they step out of their physical body into the non-physical, and this is the same for people too, they become an even greater and more complete extension of that divine creator. So when we ask any of them to come through, that's what it's almost as if the universe, which is what I'll say, I love to say source as well. It's as if source is saying, I will share this message. The question that you want answered, I will answer for you through the beautiful Logan. And I will feel Logan step forward, and I automatic write anything that comes through. In reality, I know that I'm talking to the creator, and that the creator is talking to me. But it's beautiful to have a message from our animals, and we trust our animals to deliver those messages. So that's, if that answers your question, Pat. Let's see, what other questions do we have? Where are you now? Already covered that. I don't see any more questions, but let's keep scrolling down. But Sharon, thank you, but it's overwhelming from, yeah, right? I just need support. That's a great one. That's a great response, Kali. I like that a lot. It was about traveling. Okay. Oh, I missed saying hello to Fatima. Hello, Fatima. Good to see you. I'm going to keep scrolling down. About to delete my Facebook. I haven't gotten that far yet. The only reason that I haven't gotten that far is because my personal Facebook page has a lot of family stuff on it, and I'm not quite ready to delete it, but I'm not active on it. Also, though, as the Animal Reiki Lady and as a teacher of Animal Reiki, I have to keep it because it's the way that I get the message out there that there's a class coming up or there's something coming up, an event coming up. I'm scrolling down. I don't know if El Halo is still with us. Definitely you guys are in good company. I'm just scrolling through the comments, guys. It's just, if I one of these days we'll get an admin on here who can tell me if I've got questions, but I haven't dreamed about him yet. He hasn't come to me yet in it. Why he hasn't come to me yet, I don't know. Okay, we can talk about that a little bit further. We did dream work like two weeks ago, I want to say it was. We talked about dream work, and I called it dream incubation. So you might want to go back to that one and take a look at the video of how to ask your animal companion to come to you in a dream. It's often one of the hardest ways to get the message. For Lucy, she came through to me in a dream the very first night, and Lucy's experience was a little bit different. And since I practiced Animal Reiki and I completely trusted anything that might come through, like I don't doubt any of this anymore at all, ever. So it was different for Lucy to come through to me in a dream, and then just a couple months ago, she came through to me in another dream that was really strong and memorable. But it takes a little bit of practice, so you might want to go back and look at that. And I can, I wonder if I don't think I did, guys. I don't think I posted. I meant to put it in the community tab, some steps for how to ask your animal companion to come through to you in a dream, because you can ask, and it takes a little bit of time to get your space so when you fall asleep at night, you can receive a dream and that you'll remember the dream. I often tell people just to write down as soon as they wake up, write down the first impression, the first thought, the first feeling, because sometimes that's how you'll remember, is just by writing down that first impression that you receive. But they do come to you in dreams, and it just depends on how active of a dreamer you are, how much you remember your dreams, and if you're willing to do a little bit of work. Dream work takes a little bit of effort. People think we just fall asleep and dream, and we do, and those dreams are oftentimes stress dreams or reactive dreams. But we can incubate the dream space. We can set up our bedroom. Like, this would not be the ideal space with boxes everywhere, but we can make our bedroom nice and cozy. We can make our bed nice and cozy. We can have a picture of our animal companion, or their collar, a footprint, paw print, their fur tucked under a pillow. There is that herb called mugwort that you can stick under your pillow. There are crystals that you can stick under your pillow that will encourage the dream state for you. But it takes a little bit of effort, and you have to do it for a little bit of time to get your body and your subconscious dream mind going, oh, that's right. These dreams are not meant just to be random. They're meant to be dreams that you can benefit from. And that's how you start to dream. But we did a whole episode on that. If you want to go back and take a peek at that. Can't get rid of anything yet. Tissues are right now. Okay, I think I saw a lot of those comments. My girl was my baby. She saved my life. Okay, yeah. They often do. They are, oh my gosh, this lighting is getting worse and worse. Ah! I wish that I was Jane Jetson and I could hold up a little mask. If anybody knows, I'm talking about the Jetsons, and they would do the video calls, and a little mask came on. You never knew that she had her hair in curlers. Oh, her name was Halo. I see. Okay. All right. Her name was Halo. Oh, beautiful Halo. I love that. Pet Lost Companion. Thank you, Donna, for recommending that. There are a couple books out there. The Air We Breathe is the same as theirs. I'm trying to scroll through these as fast as I can. 2 weeks after his passing, my coworker needed to get rid of her blue-eyed miniature husky. So I got him in the car, and what happened next astonished me. He gave me a soft lick that put his... Okay. That happens all the time, too. Sometimes we don't think that we're ready for our next animal companion, and they tell us. I had no plans on bringing another animal companion into my home, and somehow Gypsy found me. Gypsy is the one who made the path happen to come into my home. So they will show us when they're ready for us. When we may not think we're ready, and they'll find a way to us. I wrote my dog a letter. That's a great idea. That's another really good, for all the different ways that we work through grief, writing them a letter is one really important way. You can sit down and you can write out everything. You can write all your feelings, and even the hard ones. You can write the challenging feelings, the difficult feelings. You can write whatever is on your mind, because they're in a place right now where it is complete, pure, positive love. There is nothing else but love. And that love, it overshadows everything. The love takes care of everything. So when you write some of your most difficult feelings down on the paper, when you write them a letter that says why, when you write them a letter that says I don't understand, when you write them a letter that says why would there be a God that would send us an animal for us to love so hard only to take them away so soon, write those things. It's okay to write those things. When we can get them out of our head and out of our heart and onto the paper, it's just one more step in the healing journey, in the healing process. So that is a great suggestion. Thank you. Oh, the dry erase marker on the windows would also have a stained glass effect. Oh, it does. Yes, it does. On my RV, I wrote on every window, and my dry erase markers are all different colors. I had blue and purple and green and black. Those are the ones that showed up the best. And then I wrote on the stainless steel fridge, and that didn't come off so well. I had to really work to get it off of that. So don't use them on stainless steel. Use them only on glass. Started doing paw prints of my animal companions while they were healthy, rather than waiting until after they left the physical. Oh, that's a good idea too. I love that. Yeah, and so does Z. Keeping our dogs things around. I'm scooping down to Gary. I did it with Gary and Tato in the fall of 2023. Something told me to. Oh, yeah. Go with those feelings. We often don't trust our intuition. We're not taught to trust our intuition. When your intuition tells you something, you should go with it. I think Pocket saw how pathetically broken I was after he passed, so he made sure he fixed me by visiting me. They can tell when we are so in such a place of grief. They can tell, and they will do anything in their power to help us heal. They don't want to see us suffer. Our animal companions, when they leave their physical body, it's the last thing they want is for us to suffer. There is a reason, and maybe that's a whole topic for another video as well. I think there really is a reason why they leave us sooner, and I think it is to help us grow into our higher selves. How else could we possibly learn how to let go of fear, and how to overcome grief, and how to know, what better way to know that there is nothing to fear? When they give us a sign, they are not just saying, "Hi, I'm here, I still love you." They are saying, life goes on, that death is not the end. There is no end. It is not the end. The end is not the end. The end is just another chapter in the journey. And they are helping us. And think about this. I know that people see this video and it changes something in them. And it's not me speaking that. That's the divine, that's spirit, that's our animal companions speaking these words. Something shifts in people. And when that shifts for one person, it shifts for everybody. The whole energy of this planet is changing, no matter how dense it seems right now. And I know that it seems dense. There's a whole lot of BS going on in this physical world that needs to change. But I think it's all part of the same thing. I think it is helping us rise up. It's helping us step into our better self, to a better version of ourself. And I was watching a video this morning that suggested that, not suggested, said that Abraham Hicks, anybody who follows Abraham Hicks calls it contrast. Instead of calling it a bad situation or a problem or a loss or any of those denser things, it is contrast. And the contrast simply shows us the better life that we long for. The reason that we are so sad and the reason that we grieve is because we think we're never going to see them again. We think we are never going to see our animal companion again. And so they reach out to us any way they can, any way they possibly can. It could be in a dream. It can be in the clouds. It can be in sound. It can be their smell. It can be hearing their nails clicking on the floor. It can be dragonflies. It can be cardinals. It can be hummingbirds. They will try, whatever it is going to be in your face. Like my t-shirt that says Sweet Lucy. It's going to be in your face because they want to show you that there is something more and there is nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to fear and you will see them again. And when they get through to us and they'll keep on trying, they have the endless patience. They're not like tapping their watch going, hello, stomping their foot on the ground, going, will you please get the message? They are kind of saying that, but they will keep on trying again and again and again and again and again until they get your attention and you go, oh, you feel this sense of relief that is not just an easing of the grief. It is a remembering. It is a sudden change, a sudden awareness, a sudden shift in your own consciousness where you go, oh, they're still there. They're still there. It's not that I don't ever have to question whether or not I will see Jack and Lucy and Winston again, or Jake or Bailey or any of them. I will never, ever, ever have to question it again because they've shown me that they're not just still here in their energy signature. So their energy, their soul, their spirit, the part of their part of them that's still with us here all the time. There's more to it than that. They are showing us that heaven is real, that it's there for us and that we don't ever have to fear. We don't ever, ever, ever have to fear. Okay, I don't know where all that just came from. Let's you don't have to get over it. You don't have to get over it, but I think you can assimilate it, internalize it, integrate it, shift it, change it, make it into something different, transcend it. We will never get over them, but we can shift things. I think we can absolutely turn that grief into something completely different and rise up. And when we do, then we know that we can bring other animals into our life if we choose to. That there isn't an animal, because your animal companions will show up through them. It's part of the whole reincarnation process. Reincarnation isn't what we think it is either. They can do anything they want when they're in the non-physical. There's a wonderful film called A Dog's Purpose, but you must brace yourself, right? So there's Z's comment. Hated it. Yeah. You do, when you watch movies like that, or that I think was originally a book, when you read books like that or watch movies like that, you need to be prepared and set it aside. Like if all of a sudden, just like if this conversation starts to trigger you emotionally, you just go ahead and set it aside and you watch it again at a different time. But I've come to really love that movie and love the book. There was another book somebody else just pointed out to me that I hadn't thought about in years. If anybody's ever read Tuesdays with Morrie, somebody suggested that I read this book, that it was a very inspirational book, but I had no idea. Nobody prepared me for the topic of the book, and I was at the gym. And it's a quick read. It reads really fast. And I was at the gym on the treadmill as I'm reading this book and just bawling my eyes out. So Z, I get exactly where you're coming from. If something becomes too triggering, then you don't have to watch it, or don't go back to it, or go back to it at some point in the future. All about the human. Don't see myself as any more important than my dog. Oh, that's a topic too. You guys are really giving me some good good fodder for future episodes. Why do we think it's all about us? I am right with you, Z. Why do we think it's all about us? What about our animal companions? And that's why I thought that I'm onto something with the anxiety thing and dogs. Dogs can get super anxious and then they get responsive. They become responsive or aggressive or separation anxiety or anxiety over everything. I'm working with a dog right now that lives in the same area that I do, and he is so cute, and he wants so badly to be pet, and he wants so badly to be a friend. And then as soon as he's a little Aussie, as soon as you go near him, instantly, I can see the panic attack happen. I can see the panic attack happen. And then he just starts barking and he doesn't know what to do. He's barking and spinning, and he doesn't know what to do with himself. And it all has to do a lot of that with safety. But it made me think, our animal companions, it's just as much, this life here on planet Earth is just as much about them as it is about us. We think that we're the be all and the end all, and everything it's a part of the ego thing. Yeah, it's all about them. It's all about them and what their journey is like. Okay. Hi Dana, it's good to see you. Ocean Lee, good to see you too. In case you missed it, yes, you can post my drawings. Thank you. Okay, I will definitely do that. Because it's amazing. Keep reading the book out and not getting back to it. So I'll buy it when I see it. Okay. I've always considered animals are equals, at minimum, possibly superior. So Kathy, it's part of what I teach as in Animal Reiki is that our animals I just consider myself a co-teacher. They're the teachers. When I lead an Animal Reiki class, it's the animals who are doing all the teaching. I'm just there to give it words. But they are so much more aware. That's part of the anxiety thing too, going back to anxiety, just as an example. They are so aware of our emotions and our state of mind. I think Mike might have said this in the comments that his dog comforted, that our animal companions know when we are emotionally upset. They know when we're stressed. Not only do they comfort us, but they reflect back to us exactly what we're going through. So stressed out humans, it impacts our animal companions, and they become stressed out. And then when our animal companions become stressed, we get more stressed, and then they get more stressed. The whole thing is to find a way to get yourself balanced, how to balance with breath. I could teach. Maybe I'll do a little class for this group, Reiki for people with pets. I'm missing some comments here. Jody says Phoebe knew she meant for me. I met her the day Scout transitioned, but you weren't ready. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I forgot the fact that it took 5 times for her to get returned to the shelter. They have a way when they know that they're a soul pet and it's part of their journey. So going back to Z's point, it's part of their journey. So they are in the non-physical. They make a decision that they want to come into a physical body, experience life, maybe for the first time or perhaps once again. They come into the physical body knowing full well what needs to happen. So let's use Gypsy. Gypsy went through a lot before she came to me. Gypsy went through a crushing injury. She lost her eyes. She was put on the euthanasia list. She was rescued at the last moment. She went through multiple surgeries. She had to be then transported in a carrier that I know stressed her out. I know this is part of the reason why she's not comfortable in the van, that she was transported across multiple states until she came to Colorado. And then eventually she found her way to me. But that was her journey. And she did everything possible to, however crooked the road, to make sure that we got together. And that's how it works. And they will do that if you are part of their journey and you are meant to be part of their journey. You just have to sit back and accept it. Our higher selves are actually there with them. We're just blocked from so much here on Earth. Z, I'm gonna respond to that, and then we might have to wrap it up because I have to be up at 3:00 in the morning. I can't. I lost my train of thought. Oh, that we in our physical bodies, it's only a small portion of our soul that is here. The greater part of us exists in the non-physical, and it's not up there somewhere, and it's not out there somewhere. It is in the non-physical. It's in the quantum field. The greater part of us, that is the extension of the divine creator, exists everywhere. but only a small part of us comes in to inhabit a physical body. We're here for an experience. Whether or not you choose to believe it, this is what I have come to understand from my personal experience, is that we chose to come here and we chose this journey. And there are different choices along the way. It's not like this is like an interactive video game, and you get to make choices along the way. But we are here on a specific journey. And the greater part of us is still in the non-physical. And when our animal companions leave their little body, we're right there to meet them. We are right there to welcome them with open arms. And they don't even act surprised. Like, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you were going to be here for me. And then the you that is in the non-physical and the animal companion that's in the non-physical, they get together and say, let's go in and see if we can help her work through this and get past this, because how else are you going to move forward? Okay. My sister learned to do head and foot massage, and she infused with Reiki. It's amazing. I know what you felt. Oh yeah, Dana, if you're talking about my reflexology and Reiki session, really, I can't say anything, because I came out of there feeling so good and so relaxed. I recommend it to everybody. I believe you're starting to heal. Oh yeah, Sherry. We all see it, Z. We all see, little by little, the little cracks, the little cracks are starting to heal. All my companions have been from shelters or rescues. Man, I wish that that we didn't have to breed dogs, that we could just, there's so many dogs out there that are looking for love. And yeah, and cats. I shouldn't just say dogs. There are so many animal companions out there right now in shelters and rescues that could use a good home. Okay, my friends, we're gonna call that a wrap for tonight. I will see you guys again next week. I don't know where I'm going to be next. I have no idea where I'm going to be on Monday. I think I'm going to be in Colorado on Monday. All right, I'm going to take one more quick look at comments. I believe Ozzy ran away to find me. Yes. And none of you guys are alone. None of us are alone. Please know that, and please share this with anybody. If you ever run across anybody who thinks that they have to go this solo, even if you don't get into all the hairy fairy things that we talk about, all the metaphysical, spiritual, woo-woo things, there's a community of people here who can hold you, who will hold you and accept you for just who you are, wherever you happen to be in your journey. We love you. And if no one has told you that today, please know that there is somebody here, even if I've never seen you before, as most of the people in this group, unless we jump on Zooms together, we've not ever met. And I hold you and I love you, and I want nothing more than for your life to be the beautiful, amazing life it was meant to be. And part of that involves going through the healing process. So you are loved, you are held, you are seen, you are supported. And this group of people here who is so beautiful that just makes me want to cry. I appreciate you all. All right, guys, thank you so much. And everybody heals on their own timeline, 100%. Did I miss you, Astro Bubbers? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. All right, good night, my friends. I will see you again next week. In the meantime, may animals light your way. Take care, everybody.